Hi guys, my name is Allie and I am a recovering heroin addict. Um First things first, I wanted to thank one of my lifelong best friends, Layla, for the ring light that she gave to me. Well, she actually ordered it to my house all the way from across the country where she lives. That was so nice of her. I was so happy to get it, and I was so thankful that she supported everything I was doing. So I love you, Layla. Thank you so much. It is so great to have one of these. I keep messing with the settings because I can't decide which one I like the best. What do you guys think? Not that I can hear you, but I think that one is the best, the brightest one. Okay, so I really wasn't sure what I wanted tonight's video to be about. So I thought that I would just make it fun and kind of like entertaining for you guys. I know, life has been pretty boring right now. Everyone is stuck in the house. So I kind of wanted to tell you like a crazy story that has, from when I was younger. I think I was like 17 at this time. Yeah, I think 16 or 17. And me and two of my girlfriends who I always hung out with, we were always together. We did a lot of partying together. I have some of my craziest and best memories with them. Once I tell this story, they're definitely gonna know that I'm talking about them and this night. And but anyway, so we were all at my girlfriend's house, and we were all laying there pretty bored on our phones. And then one of my friends got a text saying that there was this huge party. It was kind of far away from us. It was probably like 35 minutes away, 40 minutes away. And to us that was a drive because at the time I don't think we could drive, or we wanted to drink, so we weren't going to drive. And so we had to find a ride. So anyway, we're like getting ready, we're we're pre-gaming at her house. We get up out of bed, we start pre-gaming, we're drinking, we start trying on outfits, we're getting dressed, taking pictures, girly things that you do. So we get our outfits on and all that. I probably still have a picture from this night. But we look super cute, all of us. We look snatched. Makeup, beat to the gods, all of that. We looked great. And so we get picked up by one of my friends. She knew these two guys that were going, and we ended up getting a ride with them. So we're on the way to this party. We're drinking in the back seat, doing shit we should not be doing at that age. Definitely not. The music's blasting. It was me and my two other girlfriends, if you guys remember. So us three are in the back seat, just us girls. We're taking pictures, taking videos, thinking we're cool as fuck, just ready to have a good night. We're smoking some weed, all that. And so we finally get to the party, and we realize that it's a really big house and there's a lot of people there. And we had to walk like through this patch of woods to get to this house. Whoever owned this house had a lot of money, and it was empty, which was pretty weird. But we went in, there was tons of people there. They had a bunch of kegs everywhere, alcohol everywhere, music blasting. There was a deck, tons of people on the deck, a bunch of kegs out there. like I said, the house was empty, so all the rooms, like there was like a couple of rooms with beer pong in there. They had like different games in each room. Some of the rooms had all the lights off and it was just black lights. Like whoever threw this party put a lot of effort into it because it was pretty cool. So like I said, it's just me and my girls were drinking. We kind of just stuck together because there was a lot of people there. We saw a lot of people that we knew from like school and just all over that we knew. Everyone was taking pictures with everyone. Everyone was drinking, having a good time, smoking, doing their thing. So all of a sudden, everyone, like, we turn around and everyone is like cheering on whoever is doing the keg stands. And then I ended up right next to them somehow. Like, as soon as I turned around, I was like, had like a front row seat to all these people doing keg stands. And all of a sudden, these guys are like, hey, you're next. You're going up next. You're next. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm not doing a keg stand. I'm not doing it. Long story short, I did it. And my friends actually got this on video and camera. They couldn't believe that I was doing that. I usually never did stuff like that, but so after that, me and my friends we ended up getting like pretty drunk, and the party just went on. It was getting later. We stopped walking around so much. We sat down in one of the rooms and we settled in with like that group of people, and we're all chit-chatting, talking, passing the blunt, and all of a sudden someone yells that the cops showed up. So you know what that means. Everyone is running around, scrambling to get out. One of my friends, I don't know why she did this, but she was super drunk. We should not have been vandalizing this place, but we all make mistakes. And she is not this type of girl. Like, you would never expect this from her. So she was pretty drunk. As we're walking out, she just takes her hand and just and punches out a window right next to us. And we look at her like, why the fuck would you do that? It was the most random thing ever. You would not expect that of her. But anyway, so everyone's like kind of running to their cars. So that's what we did. We're running to the car. We're trying to find the people that we came with. So we couldn't find them anywhere. So we're starting to get scared. But there's tons of people there and tons of cars. So we knew that we would get a ride from somebody, but we wanted to find, of course, the two guys who said that they would bring us home afterwards. So we're running around looking for them, but we knew where the car was parked, so we ended up walking to the car and waiting for them. And as we're waiting at the car, you know, there's tons of cops. They're all asking us for like our IDs and stuff. But so the guys got to the car before the cops, you know, ended up coming door to door. So we get in the car and we're leaving. And music's blasting, all that. Anyway, we don't get in trouble by the cops or anything. So we get home safe and all that. When we get home, we continue drinking. It was a pretty crazy party. A lot of things had happened. So we get home, and the next day, we see on Twitter that this house had belonged to somebody pretty prominent and high up, and we found out that that guy's son had threw the party without his parents' knowledge. His parents were the ones who owned the house, and his son was the one who planned the party without their knowledge. They were out of town, and they had like the police had went on Twitter and found all of these people that were talking about the party, including me and my two friends. We didn't even post that we were at that party, but we were like making a bunch of tweets saying that we were going out, and when we got there we were tweeting saying, damn, this house is so big. Like, we were just tweeting about it, and they ended up finding over 300 people and their names, and they put it on a list. So the guy who owned the house could have all of the people's names who went to this party. And we had no idea that we were trespassing. Like, we just kind of thought that the guy who owned the house was throwing a party. Our brains never went that far to think that, like, we were actually, like, trespassing, and we were, like, vandalizing the house by being there. And I guess there was a lot of damages to this house by the time the party was over. And the police were trying to get over 300 pretty much kids. Well, I mean, there was like 20-year-olds, I'm sure there was a lot of all ages. I'm sure from, like, we were probably the youngest group there, so I want to say like 16 to like maybe 30 tops. There was like a huge age gap of people, and there was so many people there, and they still managed to get a whole list and put this list on the internet for everybody to see, including my keg stand. So the police and the guy who owned this house were trying to rally up all of the 300 plus people that were there to go to his house to clean it up and help him fix everything and do repairs. And so it was called, like, Project, oh wait, I don't know if I should say it. Actually, I'm not gonna say it. But anyway, people did go there, you know, to help, because you know, they really wanted us to go help clean it up and stuff. But the thing is, a lot of us were, like, clueless, like, about this whole thing, and we didn't know that it would cause this much trouble. So since our names were all blasted on the internet, a lot of us were getting harassed, and I was one of them. I was getting harassed by tons of people, telling me to kill myself, and you know, calling me a lot of bad names. I was getting a lot of shit, and I get it. You probably shouldn't go to random house parties, and you know, do stupid shit there. But this happens all the time, and people were, like, really crazy about this about this whole thing. And all of those 300 people whose names were blasted on the internet for going, they got a lot of shit for this. So that is just one of, you know, the crazy stories that I have. Everything, you know, nobody ended up getting in trouble except for, actually, the kids who threw the party, I think, ended up getting in some type of trouble, but for the most part, everybody got let go, and people did go to the house to help clean it up and all that. But the moral of the story is, be careful when you're going to parties and all of that. You never know if, you know, this is a family's house, or you never know whose house you're going into, and, you know, the damage that could be done. And, you know, even though I didn't damage anything myself, I was still a part of it by being there. So just be careful. You know, you can get caught up in stuff, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I've grown a lot since I was a teenager, but I do have a lot of stories from when I was younger. And I do have bad memory. So, like, I've been trying to think back and jog my memory of all the crazy shit I did when I was a teenager, so I could tell you guys and embarrass myself online, obviously. But, I just want to thank you guys for watching me, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me, and please share my channel where you can. I usually make videos about my addiction, but like I said, I'm gonna branch out and start I want to eventually start doing day in the life vlogs and just branching out on a bunch of different topics and stuff, and put my 2 cents in every cup, you know what I mean? Just to make the channel more interesting. But thank you guys, have a good night.